And we are live. All right. Good evening, everybody. Of course, depending where you are. Good to see everybody. And a little bit of an impromptu live stream because I didn't do one in about a week or so. And I figured if I'm going to unbox this laptop I have here today, might as well do it live with everybody's here. I'm not expecting a big turnout. So let me know how it looks and how it sounds. I would really appreciate that. We can see a load of few people as people are filing in. But I also want to let everybody know that hit that thumbs up button, people. That allows it to get spread out over YouTube. And I really would appreciate that. Of course, you have super chat, super stickers, memberships, all help support the channel on a monthly basis. And I thought, well, let's just get to right to it, okay? Now, I don't know why, but it doesn't show that it's doing 1080p 60, or now it's 60 frames per second. At first, it wasn't doing that. So it should be 1080p 60 frames per second. Let's say hello to a few people. We have Steve here. Good to see you, Steve. I don't think we need the music. Once again, pumped for the show. We got Jared's Tech, a great YouTuber. Good to see you. I'm glad you're able to join us. Lenovo, yes, Jared, you know well that is Lenovo. I'm going to do the, I just got the IdeaPad or the Yoga, depending where you are, the Slim 7 Pro, which is a 16-inch laptop. But if you haven't checked it out, Jared's Tech is a fantastic, I'm sure a lot of you already subscribed, fantastic channel for laptops and so forth. So I would highly recommend checking Jared out. He's fantastic. Let's see who else we have. We got Fayez is here. We have Paul Palomeres. Good to see you. We got Tech for Your Needs in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Gunder Gun. We got Mr. Okay. That's like the band from the 80s, Mr. Broken Wings. Anyway, good to see Christine Roy. I'm sorry, I meant to say Christina, but it's actually Christine Roy. No problem, Jared. And the Green Pianist is here. All right. So it looks like we have about 20 people or so watching, maybe a little bit less. Usually how this works, and when I do this impromptu, when I just decide to go live without planning anything, it usually gains momentum as we go on. So I'm going to look at this today. This is the Yoga Slim 7 Pro 16, or what we call here the IdeaPad. Very, very confusing naming. This one, and I can show you here. I don't know if you can see it here. It's a little bit blown out, but you can sort of see it there. But basically what it is, and I can just tell you what it is. We're looking at a 16-inch display. It's a 2.5K display. It's a 500 nit display, 2560 by 1600. And that, of course, is a 16:10 aspect ratio. You're also looking at the Ryzen 7 5800H processor. That is an 80-watt version of that processor. And then, of course, you have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know if it's soldered or not. I think it is, but I'll find out once I open it up. And then, of course, it has, I think, a terabyte of storage, PCIe Gen 3, and it has a, by the way, that display is 120 hertz, so it's a high refresh rate, and it's a touchscreen, so a little bit unusual. And the fact of the matter is, you can get it for about $1,200 or so here in the United States. I'll leave a link when I'm done It's saying temporarily unavailable, but Lenovo told me it will be available right away. So probably the next day or so. I'll check out the reflectiveness of the display as well, as more people are filing in. I'm glad you love the channel. Jedediah, good to see you. Again, reflectiveness, we'll talk about that. I don't know. All right, so I just want to get a few more people in here before we begin. I think we have about 25 of you right now. How's everybody doing? I'm glad to see that we have a pretty decent turnout for not making any advance notice of this. So I apologize for those who didn't get advance notice, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it live in terms of visible publicly. After it's done, I might just unlist it because I don't know how many people are going to actually come. I will leave a link, of course, in my Twitter feed. So if you're not following me on Twitter, Instagram, I would highly recommend you do that. I got your name right. All right. Okay. Well, I think we have as many people as we're probably going to get at this point. So let's just get right to it. And let me just adjust the microphone here. So let's get my knife out here, and let's go that. Let's just get this bad boy out of the box. If we can get it out of the box, it's in there pretty tight. Okay. Those are all the main bits and pieces. Okay, so let's just take this out for now. This is the laptop. We'll put this aside for the moment. And then let's go with the charger. You get that's the extension cord. And then on here, you get the charger. It's 135 watts. And it uses Lenovo's own proprietary connector. All right, let's put that to the side. And then we get some documentation. So nothing unusual here. Pretty basic packaging, but again, we're here for the laptop. Again, this is the 135 watt power adapter. You can see it here. If I can get it into focus. There it is. Okay, so let's return to this. Okay, let's get this out of the plastic. And there she is. Now, I'm going to fix the camera. I think it's a little bit blown out. Hold on. Actually, I don't know if I can do it. Give me a second. Okay, I may not be able to do that. I could switch angles here, but here you can see it. It's all metal. And on the left side, we can sort of take a look at some of the ports here. But it's an all metal design. Okay. Let's try to get this in focus. Just bear with me, it's all live here. All right, so we got a USB, you got the power port, okay? So that's the Lenovo's power port. You get the HDMI port, you get a USB-C port, and I believe it's full function, so you can also support charging on that. And you get a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack. On the right side, good to see a full-size SD card reader, USB-A, 2 of them. So not bad in terms of the port selection. And I think it has wake upon lifting the lid. I think wake upon approach also. I think it has a lot of features here. We can move this here. This is the display here. So this is an all-metal design, as I mentioned. Numpad on the keyboard here. Again, brightness, we're talking 500 nits according to Lenovo. Let me get some of you. You like the knife, Steve, huh? That's good to see. So De Niro, D8, says he checked. It was $13.50 in the USA. If it's $1,200 now, that is a great price. The one that my rep at Lenovo told me, I think it was $12.48. And again, I'll leave a link when it's done. Yeah, Jared, it's a pretty interesting line. It doesn't break the bank, but I think it's a pretty premium device in terms of the specs. I wonder why they start implementing 240 watts so port can be gone. That's a good question. They went with 135 watts as far as that power adapter is concerned. Very glossy display, but a beautiful display. It's a touch display. I don't know if it does pen support. I don't think it does. But I could tell you right away, looking at this is an absolutely gorgeous display. Now, and I can bring up some of the specs here. As far as how heavy it is, we're talking about starting weight of 2.08 kilograms or 4.59 pounds. So not the lightest thing, but definitely pretty slim and light for a 16-inch laptop. Now, it does have a discrete GPU. It's the RTX 3050 with 4 gigabytes of video RAM. It has the Ryzen 7 5800H. It is a 70 watt or is it 80 watt? What did I say? I think it's 80 watt processor. So that's pretty good. It also has a 75 watt hour battery. So for those wondering about battery, that's what it has. As far as it's a backlit keyboard, and we could take a look at the keyboard a little bit here. We could zoom in. And here you can see it does have a numeric keypad right there. Pretty nice feel to it, a little bit shallow, but again, the familiar smile-shaped keys we know from Lenovo. All right, we got 37 of you, and we have 13 likes. So people, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get this spread out over YouTube. It would be much appreciated. All right, so looking at this, you can see it has the RTX 3050 GPU in it, as I mentioned, Ryzen 7. Let's also take a look at the display. Again, let me get you the exact metrics of the display. Go to display settings, and it says it is 2560 by 1600. It is 120 hertz. Let's go to, and let me plug this in so we can I can actually show you on the laptop itself. Plug in the HDMI, and we can take a look at this real quick. And there it is. We're looking at 120 hertz. So high refresh rate, high resolution, 2.5K. You're looking at 120 hertz refresh rate. That's fantastic. You're going to like that. So I can start downloading some stuff on this. But the bottom line is that this is pretty interesting for a 16-inch laptop. What I like about it is the price to performance. I think we're going to be very surprised with how good this is going to be. It is a 5000 series Ryzen 5800H, so we're looking at pretty good performance. We've seen that chipset before. Nothing to worry about in that regard. It's not the newer ones. We didn't see anything yet from AMD as far as that is concerned, but that is just something to wait on. But right now, this is a pretty interesting laptop, to say the least. So let me know what you want me to test on this. I'm going to be doing my formal video on it. So it doesn't do yoga, no. So it's very confusing, but they've sort of gone away from the yoga. This is the IdeaPad, but it goes as far back as you see here. So if you're wondering how far it goes back, it doesn't go 180 degrees, like 130 maybe. That's as far back as it goes. It doesn't flip over. Outside the United States, it's called a yoga, but again, that doesn't mean it's a convertible. They've changed what it actually means. Chat K likes the Lenovo keyboard, simple yet very nice to use. Yeah, I think the keyboard's pretty nice. It's a little blown out. Again, I can't change the camera while we're on it. Let me see something. Let me try something. I can't do it while I'm on. I should have probably lowered the exposure on that camera, but that's okay. That's okay. But good to see Jared Tech. Take care, man. I'm glad you're able to stop by for at least a little bit. That's great. Anybody who doesn't know Jared's Tech, go check out his channel. It is fantastic. It's pretty reflective. I got to say, pretty reflective display. You can see it here. I got a lot of lights here. So, I mean, it's good. I could run Geekbench 5. Let me go download it. Let me go to Chrome here because I can't stand using Edge right now. So let me go to Chrome. First of all, I got to put in, let me go here. Let me put in my Wi-Fi. That was one of the things I meant to do. So let's do that. Bear with me. We're informal today. I don't know if I'm going to keep this listed when we're done. So just wanted to do some testing with it, unbox it, do it all live. Why not? What the hell? Let me go to Chrome. Let me download Chrome on it. And in the meantime, we could take a look at some of your comments and questions. Does it support Lenovo pen? I don't think it does. What pen do I have here? I've got my Surface pen, the second version, I think. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. I have the Slim Pen 2 here, but that would be the same technology, so that wouldn't work. So I don't know about pen support. Didn't read any in the press material that I received from Lenovo. Are the speakers any good? I don't know. I know there are two 2-watt upward firing speakers on this, user-facing speakers according to the press material. Why not the same of the Legion 5 Pro? What about the same as the Legion 5 Pro? So we'll figure out if the speakers are good. Let me get this Chrome all set up here. Download Chrome. Good to see Mallory here. How are you? Hope you've been well. I haven't done a live stream in a couple of weeks, so wanted to get one in, do this unboxing here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up live. We'll see. Download it here. Opening Chrome. I just want to do a few benchmarks. We could do Geekbench on it. I want to make sure that it's on the performance mode. We'll do that in a moment. But we can sort of see it here. Good to see Lethal Emperor here as well. Very informal, people. Very informal. Okay, we can sort of see what's going on here. Let me sign into Chrome. I don't want you to see that, so just give me a second. I have two-factor authentication also, so it's going to take me one more extra step, but worth it for security reasons. Tell me what everybody's been doing. So I did order a Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 8 Ultra. That's coming. So I should have that on the release day on the 25th. And so that will, looking forward to. Did anybody else order anything? Let me know. And this is my two-factor authentication. That should be good. And yes, I'm in. There we go. So that's going to start syncing up. In the meantime, let's download Geekbench. Okay. And let's go to the Geekbench 5 here. It may be boring, but I don't know. While you're watching me do this, I don't want to do that. TubeBuddy, we don't need that. We don't need that. Download. Windows. Let's see, we've got, how many people watching? Oh, 30 people, okay. All right, well, that's downloading. I can also tell you a little bit about the specs here. Let's go to the device manager. And we're looking at the RTX 3050 GPU. We're looking, that was what I really wanted to see there. And then if we go to the system page, let's see what that says. As far as this is concerned, we're looking at Windows 11 Pro. That's good. Ryzen 7 5800H with Radeon graphics. We also know this has the RTX 3050, and it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. We can open it up in a little bit probably as well if we have time. Good to see, again, Lethal Emperor here. Glad that she's doing well as far as Mallory. And again, I don't know anything about support for pen or anything like that, but, you know, I'll double check, but I didn't see that my initial pen here that I have here, it didn't work. So not really sure about that one. Hope everybody's doing okay. While the Geekbench is downloading, it's almost done. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other comments. Not in stock in Canada, as it appears not available. So if we can go over to the website. Let me see, Lenovo Slim 7 Pro 16. So if you go to the Lenovo website, and we can go here, and I can show you, it says temporarily unavailable, but my contact at Lenovo says it'll be about $1,248. It will be available. This is just temporary. I just received this today. You can see here the specs on it. Let's go to all the specs here. And there, as you can see, the ports and so forth. AMD Ryzen 5800H, RTX 3050, 16-inch 2.5K display, touchscreen, 16:10 aspect ratio, 500 nits. It's very bright, actually. Good to see digital slang here. All is good, my friend. Or how are you? There was a whole fiasco trying to order the Samsung stuff that was announced today. I was able to order through Best Buy. That's the Tab S8 Ultra. I don't know if anybody else had any issue. I tried to buy the phone, couldn't do it through Samsung, so I just said forget it. They lost it. If we have time, we could do Cinebench as well. But yeah, I mean, that was just a fiasco. Did anybody else have any problems trying to order the Samsung products today? Let us know. This is an informal live stream as I have been putting that in. What's the difference between this and the IdeaPad 5 Pro? You know, I was thinking about that earlier. There's a couple of differences. Number one, there's a touchscreen on this one. There's no touchscreen on that one. This has a 120 hertz refresh rate. I think that one was 120 hertz, if I'm not mistaken, or it was at 90. I don't remember, but it was a higher refresh rate. But this is the 120 as well. Touchscreen, 500 nits. I don't think that one got above 350. So that's, I think, another difference. The other difference is the processor. This has a RTX 3050 as far as the GPU. That one, I think, had a 1650, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's run the Geekbench here. And let me get a drink. Yeah, that was pretty bad, right? Well, you didn't have any issues, so you're lucky. You got the so you got the S22 Ultra Special Blue, which is good. 512 gigabytes with a trade-in for $250. You know, that was a really good deal they were running. So you could actually order that, and they give you a $250 credit that you can spend on in their store as well. So I think that's been pretty good. You got a lot of good trade-ins as well. So I think they did a pretty good job. De Niro, I'm not sure about any 12th gen laptops that'll be available by March. By the way, I'm going back to New York this week. I'm coming, not this week, next week. I'm going to New York for another press briefing. So I've been busy. It's my third trip to New York in like less than 2 months. So things are very busy, although the channel is a little bit slow right now. Typical of this time of year, so I'm not really worried. Usually views are down around now, so we'll start to come out of this this very soon as some of these new products come in. So Digital Sign grabbed some Buds Pro, and he got the 45-watt fast charger with the credit. Not a bad deal, right? Not a bad deal. Oh, I don't know if I put this on the faster mode. Let's see. I probably could rerun it again, actually. But let's see what it comes up with. Power mode is unbalanced. I probably should have put it on best performance, but all right, no problem. We'll just run it again. I don't think it's going to make a difference too much, but we'll see. We'll see. But while that's running, let's take some more questions or comments. If anybody has anything, let me know. We can talk about anything. It's informal tonight. Informal. We've got 45 of you watching. I didn't plan on doing this tonight, but I said, what the hell? Let's just go live and see what happens. Sometimes that's the best way to do things, right? Spur of the moment. Less planning, more just spontaneity. Great review. Great review you make. Congrats. Thanks. I appreciate that, Federico. I appreciate that very much. Okay. It's hard to do the unboxing and do the live stream at the same time, but we manage here. We manage here on this channel. Okay. Great reviews, So the difference with the IdeaPad, so the IdeaPad 5 Pro, we were talking about a little bit earlier, both 16-inch displays. Again, this is a touch screen. That's another difference. And again, a better GPU on this. This has the RTX 3050. The one I reviewed a few months back had the RTX 1650 or the GTX 1650, I think. So according to Digital Slang, he ended up with the Razer 15 2020 model with the RTX 2070 and upgraded the RAM and SSD for 1K. Not bad, my friend. Not bad. That sounds good. Would you say the XPS 15 is better? That's a more expensive device than this, that's for sure. Whether it's better or not, I don't know. I think you get a lot of bang for the buck with this. You get a nice display, although obviously the display on the XPS 15 is phenomenal. We've talked about that ad nauseum here. But this is really bringing a lot to the table. I think what this brings, obviously, a great price. You're getting a great display. I can tell you that right away. This is a fantastic display. It's a touchscreen display. You're getting the pretty nice GPU here, RTX 3050. Not going to be groundbreaking, but it's definitely going to be better than integrated graphics, that's for sure. You can definitely game on it. I've showed you in other laptops. So would I say it's better than the XPS 15? These are different. That's a more premium device. Although there's nothing not premium about this. This is a very, very well-made machine. I could tell you that right off the bat. No flex on the chassis. It's an all metal chassis, aluminum here. So it's looking pretty good, to be honest with you. Looking pretty good. Okay, and did we get our results? Should have come up by now. Okay, so that single core doesn't look right to me. 803, that's pretty low. Multi-core, yeah, I'm going to rerun it. I didn't have the performance mode on. Let me just do something here. So this would be, hold on, function Q. I think we want it with the, let me just make sure here that it is running in performance mode. Yeah, so this is the best performance. So that doesn't look right to me. And again, we just first boot on this. Let's run it again just to make sure. All right, while we're doing that, under performance mode, hopefully this will be a little bit better. Don't take this for what it is because I got things running in the background. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's not plugged in. And again, with AMD processors, that is an issue. Hold on. I forgot about that. Hold on. Just occurred to me. But this one is, I'm going to try to do this with USB-C. Let's see what happens. So this is my Dell XPS 15 plug. And you see it here coming in over here. I can zoom out. Okay, and then that is showing that it's plugged in. So let me cancel this. Let's redo this. I know, again, live we're doing, but I want to make sure it's getting the full performance. Again, when it's not plugged in, remember, AMD processors don't do as well. That was one of the things we found out last year when we were doing the testing. But with it plugged in, and again, that's a 135 watt power adapter or 130 coming from my Dell. I could use the original adapter here. I just want to see if this does charge. It looks like it's charging here. We can see it here. It is charging. So 88% right now. So it is a full service USB-C port for those wondering. What's upgradable? We're going to have to open it up to see. But I think the RAM is soldered in. If I remember the press material, you could upgrade the SSD. RAM soldered in, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 RAM. So that is going to be running in dual channel mode from what I understand, but not upgradable by the user. So a little bit unfortunate because it is a slim line here, the Slim 7 Pro. Not terribly surprised. We got 48 of you watching. So while that's doing that, again, we're just doing some initial benchmarks. I'll have the full stuff, the full numbers for you when I give you my unboxing and first look video, or I might just go right to the review. We'll see what the demand is, because right now things are a little bit slow, I would say, in the tech field, at least in the laptops. We're sort of the in-between phase, waiting for these 12th gen Intel processors, waiting for these Ryzen 6000 series processors as they start to filter in. We're still coming out of this pandemic where there are supply shortages, there are issues with chips, not getting the chips. So it's all really plays a part in this. So again, something to be aware of. All right, and I hear the fans are starting to kick in. Not too loud, but noticeable. So they are kicking in. That means it's starting to heat up a little bit. And again, I'll do all the numbers as far as the thermals, the surface temperatures, the internal, whether thermal throttles. We'll see how that all will go. So, oh, I don't want that one. So we can bring it out here. So here you can see it. A much better score. Wow, much better plugged in. So here you can see it, 1421, 7258. Let me take a screenshot of that. I don't like what they did with this screenshot on Windows 11. Okay, I'm not crazy about that. I don't like, that's the one thing about Windows 11 I'm not crazy about. All right. Let's see what the new comments are here. Hi, Andrew. Between this, the ThinkBook 16P Gen 2, which one would you choose? Well, it's hard to say. I just got this one, although it is looking good. So 7258. Let's run the let's test the RTX 3050 graphics on this real quick. And then I'll also download, let's do some Cinebench testing. R23 will take about at least 10 minutes to run. So we could do the R23, or I could just do the R15 and R20, save the R23 for the full review. We'll see what time-wise. I don't know how long we're going to go tonight. We've already gone 33 minutes, so we'll have to see. But so far, I mean, it's looking okay. I'm really liking this, especially if it does come in at the price that Lenovo told me it would. Here we go. This is 54. Not bad, not bad. Let me take another screenshot here. Oh, okay, I see the difference. You can take the screenshot like that. So hold on. So if you hold the function and the Windows key and the screenshot key, that gets it done on, okay, that gets it done on this with Windows 11. All right, let me go to, let me close out Edge. I don't need Edge. And let me go to, let's go get Cinebench. Let's do R15 first. That's an easy one, and that won't take as long, and then we can work our way down to, maybe we can do R23 if we have time. But again, I got to save some stuff for the video. So now I did release a video this past week, and it's the LG Gram 17. Did anybody like it? Didn't like too many people watched it. I think I only got about 4,000 views on it. Again, I only got it now. It was released last year, but LG was, kind enough to send it to me. They reached out to me. I don't have the money either right now. Power of config. I'm sort of in your boat, so I'm a little bit fortunate, of course, that I do get this stuff from the manufacturers, so I'm in a good position. Power of config, me too, just window shopping. Yeah, if it wasn't for what I do, Christine, I'm window shopping as well right now. So anything helps right now. Super chat, super stickers. You know how the deal is, people. We've been growing as far as membership, so that also helps. Helps me get devices that aren't sent to me. Like Microsoft doesn't send me any stuff, so I have to go out and buy all the Surface devices and so forth. But I do get the Lenovo, Dell, HP. They're really good to work with, I got to tell you. Really good. Acer's sending me something tomorrow. Asus is sending me stuff. I'm waiting on them. So this is good. How to buy laptop free. Well, how to buy free? You can't. It's either free or you buy it. You can't do both, right? So all kidding aside, you got to build a channel. It takes about 5-6 years, and then maybe they'll send you stuff like me. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm still learning. So while that's still downloading, again, my network is a little slow only because I am live streaming, taking up a lot of the bandwidth right now. So there you go. Federico is saying, I buy the Legion 5 with the 3060 after you saw my review. There are problems with upgrading the BIOS to the last to use. What? There are problems upgrading the BIOS to use with Windows 11. I'm on 10 here in Argentina. It was a good deal. Well, it sounds like you're happy with it. Upgrading to Windows 11, I would say I've had not too many issues. It's not been perfect, but I don't think it's something, if you have a very important laptop or PC that you're doing for work and stuff like that, and you don't want to have any potential issues, I would hold off until they iron out whatever bugs there may be on Windows 11 as they make it more tighter and as they tighten it up. I would maybe hold off. But on a secondary laptop or just to test it out, I don't see any problem with it. I do it all the time. Of course, I do it for the channel. Yeah, to build a channel is really hard, right? So upgrading to Windows 11 is a personal choice. Again, if you have some very important like software or information, you're not sure if it's going to be working 100% on Windows 11, I would hold off. I would hold off. AblePod is saying, hi, Federico, I'm from Argentina. También also, Papa. So there you go. So fellow Argentinians are here. All right. So while that is still downloading forever here, let me go to see what kind of speeds we're going to get. Let's go to Crystal Disk Mark Test. Let me download that. And you can see what I'm doing here. So I just download this. I go to the zip file, close this garbage here, and then it should start to download. And what this, of course, does is test the speed of the SSD. And this gives you a little bit behind the scenes on how I do all this stuff. A lot of you probably already know this. So there you go. Hello, Mod Wahid Razni. Dean J still has his 2018 Huawei MateBook that's slowly dying. Looking into the new MacBook Pros, but I don't know if it's worth the price. I'm mostly using it for work. My iPad can't do. Well, that's a lot of money to spend. I downloaded the wrong thing here. Let me go back. Let me go home here. And I downloaded the wrong one, of course, when you're doing everything from... Here we go. We go to download here. This is the right one. Of course, this is all live, and of course, I screw up every time. But that's just the way it goes when you're doing things live. F it. Right? Fuck it. It's the After Dark show. I can curse. I always forget. When I do this at night, I say, we're going to fucking curse when we want to, right? No offense, children. If the children are watching, I don't want you to get the bad habits or bad impressions. But you know what? I blow off some steam. I had a bad day at work, so why not take it out? Take it out on the viewers. I'm kidding. All right, so this is going to test the SSD. So this is a terabyte SSD. It's a PCIe NVMe Gen 3. It's not going to be Gen 4. All right. How is Lenovo about restocking? Was interested in the ThinkBook 16P Gen 2 after seeing my review, but it's out of stock everywhere. It's a big problem getting that in stock. I know what you're talking about. How would you compare that to the 16P Gen 2 to the XPS 15? It's a great laptop, great price to performance. I'm a big fan of that ThinkBook. Again, I can reach out to Lenovo, but again, supply issues seem to dominate here. Hell yeah. I'm from India. If you have double laptop, can you give me one? No, I don't have double laptop. But I don't have any. But I do have one. I'm doing a giveaway. I forgot about this. So Lenovo sent me something, and I'm late doing this, but I will be doing something with Lenovo on a giveaway of a laptop. You can have a chance to win, believe it or not, a Lenovo Yoga 9i I think it's the 14-inch or the 15. I don't know which one it is. They sent it to me. I can give that away. So the 9A, not the newer one. It's not going to be the new one we didn't see yet, but it is one that was from last year, and well worth it if you win it. So I will be doing something very, very soon. So stay tuned. And here's some bloatware, by the way, from that crap from McAfee. So this is the shit that I want them to stop doing with this freaking bloatware, crapware. All right. So that's still running that. 3609 read is a pretty good score. Again, typical of a Gen 3. Now, Gen 4, we've been seeing about double these type speeds. But again, Gen 4, slowly we're starting to see that here in early 2022. This is really a laptop that I think was anticipated last year, late last year, but a delay, and we finally got it from Lenovo. So you're getting it. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it. So it's going to be a giveaway. But I will have more detail. And I don't want to just limit it to the US. I would try to do it international. But again, it's very expensive if I have to ship it. If Lenovo ships it, I don't care. They can afford it. But if I have to ship this thing, then obviously I may not be able to do that. But we might figure something out, okay? Because I don't like to just limit it. I like to give everybody a chance. Why doesn't Lenovo put 99-watt battery? This is a 75-watt because it's space. It takes up a lot of space. They make excellent laptops who could have more battery, have the space in there. I don't know. I didn't open this up. I may just open it up after, or I may just do it in the video when I release the video on this, as I always do. But I think the RAM is soldered in from what I understand. But I can open it up. We'll see. Mark, I always have this question in my head. Is Full HD on a 14 laptop okay, or should I upgrade to a 2K 14-inch display? Let me make this clear, and I'm glad you brought that up, Mode Wahadi Arazni. 14-inch Full HD is perfectly fine. I've seen some excellent 14-inch panels that are 1080p or maybe a little bit above that, Full HD Plus or whatever, but it's just a matter of the quality of the panel. Just because it doesn't have more pixels doesn't mean it's not good. Having said that, when you get something like the Carbon that I reviewed on this, the Slim 7 Carbon, that my full review, by the way, is coming soon, that has a 14-inch display. OLED display is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a 2.8K display. So that, to me, is a really special type display. But you'll be perfectly fine with a full HD on 14 inches. You'll be fine. If I don't pay for the shipping myself, it'd still be a steal. If I want it, I pay for the shipping. So I'm going to figure out the details. I'm going to talk to Lenovo how we're going to work this out. I really would love to open it up to internationally. You know, I don't want to just limit it to the US because I don't think it's fair, and I want to make sure everybody can get a chance to win it. Again, I'm a little late on it because they did send it to me a couple of months back, but I've been so busy and so forth. So here you see the reads and writes. Very, very good. This is very good. Again, not breaking the bank with this laptop compared to some other laptops we've been seeing as of late. All right. So let's see if the Cinebench here, let's load this in. Let me extract it. And this will give us an idea of both CPU and GPU. I know it's a little bit older test. We're now using Cinebench R23, but I still like to use the 15. I like to do the R20 and the R23 now. So I think we'll just do that. We got 50 of you watching. I know I didn't plan on a live stream today, so this is a little bit of an impromptu one, but I figured, hey, what the hell? All right, now that's loading in. So far, we saw some pretty decent reads, and we saw some decent performance out of that. Geekbench, again, plugged in, not so great. But we've seen that before on AMD Ryzen chips. All right, here we go. This is going to be the Cinebench R15. Let's run the OpenGL. That'll test the graphics. That's the RTX 3050. It has 4 gigabytes of video RAM. So while that's doing, no problem, Mode. I'm glad I was able to answer that. Anybody have any other questions while we're running the Cinebench R15 test? You get another swig of the drink here. Should have brought alcohol. I always say that. Okay. All right, so this is running. So far, very impressive. We're looking at a really, really nice laptop. Nice that they have a full-size SD card reader here, 2 USB-A ports on the left, power port on the, on the right. I was talking the right. Power port on the left. You get an HDMI, which is plugged in right here. And then, of course, you get full service USB-C 3.2. That was pretty fast, actually. Let me show you the results here. That's a USB-C port, by the way. 144.81, pretty decent. Let's run the next test, which is the CPU. This will test the Ryzen 7 5800H. It's an 80-watt version of that, by the way. So it's 80-watt CPU. It's got a 75-watt-hour battery, as I mentioned earlier. RAM, I think, is soldered in. I'm going to open it up in the video. Not a bad Cinebench score. Not bad at all. Again, these are pretty respectable numbers. Let me take a screenshot. All right. Now that test is done. Let me go download the next one, which will be Cinebench R20. And then if we have time, we'll do the Cinebench R23. So let's just do this one. Let's download it for Windows. While that's doing that, we can take some more of your questions. So it does have an IR camera. I didn't set it up yet. I didn't test the camera. We can take a look at that also. In fact, we should probably look at it now. Fingerprint reader. I don't think this has a fingerprint reader. I think it definitely has the IR camera, and you'll see it here. We're going to look at it in a moment. Next question, Isaac Lopez. What do you think of the Samsung Tab Ultra? I have one coming. I ordered one. I'm getting it on the 25th, supposedly. So we'll find out. 14.6-inch display, Super AMOLED display. It looks pretty interesting. We can take a look at the Samsung site. It's been a disaster today trying to order stuff. If we go over to the Samsung site, you can see the Ultra there. People trying to pre-order that. Had a tough time, but it's basically the Note coming back to life here, just not called the Note. So those are some of the things. Let me go here. Let's go to mobile, tablets, and then I ordered the S8 Ultra, which is pretty interesting. And again, running a lot of specials here. So if you go to pre-order, 14.6-inch display, Super AMOLED display. So you're getting a free slim keyboard cover. That's about a $300 value. Now they're not showing the one with 5G. Just get right now on the bigger one. You're only able to get it with the Wi-Fi. So pretty interesting. But the real price, of course, is they're saying $599, but you're really paying over $1,000, probably $1,100, right, for this. I think it's about $1,100 or so dollars. Not cheap, but it should be very interesting as we're working from home. How that's all going to be. You know, if you like that kind of stuff, I'm going to review it, and I'm pretty interested to see how that camera does work on it. It's got, I think, dual cameras on the back. We got a first super chat, all right, from our good friend Christine Roy, and I appreciate that. $10. So I appreciate that, Christine. Thank you for being such a great supporter of the channel. So that is great. As I mentioned, super stickers, super chats are open. Great to have members come aboard on a monthly basis. We've got 63 of you watching. We only have, 46 likes? What's wrong? Do you hate me that much? Come on. Hit that like button, people. Let's get this spread out over YouTube, okay? I know I'm the laughing stock of the tech room. I'm kidding. Help me out here. You know, do me a solid. Hit that like button. Come on. Doesn't cost anything. Or if you want, in the old days, I would just say hit the thumbs down twice. But since the thumbs down has no bearing on anything anymore, I forget about that. And it's 6:20 a.m. in Turkey. Good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. All right. So if you're going to order this Tab S8 Ultra, you can trade in up to $600 in trade-ins. They're going to give you credits. Be careful with Samsung. They screwed me a couple of times on my trade-in. If you ever saw my saga with my Fold 2, there's a past live stream. I think I can link to it about that. You're getting the free backlit keyboard with this. If you order it now over at Samsung, I did tweet out. I'll leave a link when we're done. If you want to help out the channel, I do have an affiliate link that will help me if you're going to order it, and that will get you some extra stuff there, I think, as well. So go over to it when I'm done. I will leave a link for this when we're done. All right. So, and again, I'm going to do a video on it, so don't worry. It will be a full review. Depending on what you trade in is what they're going to give you. All right. Let's go back to see where we are on the download. That's still downloading. It's almost done, about 10 more seconds. And these days, everyone wants to be a YouTuber. You know, it's very hard to be a YouTuber right now, to be honest with you. And I have 123, almost 123, 122 and change. We're going to hit 123 very soon in terms of subscribers. Good morning from Turkey. You bought the MSI Summit eFlip Evo E16. That's the 16-inch. I did the 13. Very, very good. I'm really looking forward to a refresh on that sometime later this year. I have stuff coming from MSI. If you like MSI stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, among other brands. I am going to New York. If you're joining us late, I will be going to New York this next week. I will be doing another press briefing in New York, a quick trip to New York and back. So it should be fun. Hopefully it won't be too cold, but I always enjoy going back to my hometown. So Dennis for Fun, looks like it's a good on-the-go laptop alternative. I'm excited for the Tab S8 Ultra. You know, I'm pretty excited too. It's a different size. We haven't seen a 14.6-inch before from them. So to me, that might be something to take a look at. And you can see it here. Pretty interesting cameras on the back. Different colors. Of course, the bigger one has the bigger display, and then you can get the S8 Plus or the standard S8, which is not a Super AMOLED display. The S8 Plus it's a 12.4 inch, if I believe, and then there's a 14.6 on the Ultra, which is both Super AMOLED, and it's going to be gorgeous. Samsung, of course, makes the best displays when it comes to those Super AMOLED displays. There's no question about that. All right, let's get this all set up right now. This is the Cinebench R20 test. I'm happy to do it with everybody watching because let's do a little bit behind the scenes here. 60 of you watching. No notice, so that's a pretty good turnout with not too much notice, about 10 minutes notice before I decided, what the hell, let's do it. Fuck it, let's go live. We did. All right, it's the After Dark show, so I'm going to curse a little bit, so if you don't like it, you could always tune out. From India, it's morning, 8:53. Good morning in India to my subscribers and fans and viewers from India. I welcome you. I love you guys. All right. Love Indian food, by the way. And when I go to New York, they have some really good Indian food, especially in the East Village. All right. So I'm opening up Cinebench here. Let's accept the license, and let's run this damn CPU test on this, running in performance mode for those wondering. Now, for those joining us late, this is a 16-inch display. You can see it here. It's a 16:10 aspect ratio, so you're going to get the taller nature. You're also going to get, we'll take a look at the camera when this test is done. It's an IR camera, infrared camera, and it might have a few extra features. I got to take a look at it. We got the Ryzen 7 5800H, again, for those joining us late. And it's looking good so far. I'm very happy with it. So in the initial use here so far, it's not bad numbers, beautiful display. And again, my contact at Lenovo says it's going to be on sale, should be imminently, for about $1,248 for the model I have here, which is not too bad considering the high-res display, 120 hertz display, so you're going to get that really smooth scrolling on it. The very high refresh rates can help in gaming, and I think that's a great deal. It's a win-win to me. According to Federico, there's no reference on the nits on the new Galaxy tabs. Well, I don't know until I get it. They don't tell you, which is not surprising. You know, sometimes they like to say what it is, sometimes they don't. Pretty good R20 score here, 4538. Let me take a screenshot. Not bad. So far, the numbers are looking pretty decent. Let me download the R23 next. So let me go here. All right, so let me do the Cinebench R23. Let me download it for Windows. And while we're doing that, let's take some more of your questions. So Mode got the Infinix X1 i3 1005G1, was thinking that was going to be slow and disappointing, but it is quite fast, upgrading from a 3rd gen i7. Showing that nowadays cheap laptops are actually usable. Yes, they've come a long way. You don't necessarily have to break the bank to get decent performance. And we've seen that, although the chip shortage is not helping, that's for sure. People just don't have the money right now for anything. Yeah, the food is the best in India. You know, I grew up in New York City, so East Village, the East Village, for those of you from New York, East Greenwich Village, that area has some great Indian restaurants. Of course, I'm sure it's not as good as being actually in India, but I think for obviously New York is a pretty international city in the sense of great cuisine, center of a lot of cultural center, of course. So you're really seeing it. It will be eye-searing. As far as you're talking about the S8 Ultra, as far as the Tab S8 Ultra, I hope it's a bright display. I was a little disappointed, as you know, in the laptop that they released last year, the Galaxy, the Galaxy Pro 360. And that one, the 13-inch, didn't get to quite 300 nits, just about 300 nits. Would like to see it brighter. It was a beautiful display. 15-inch seemed a little bit better to me when I did the 15-inch version. The only negative on that sense was it was still a 16:9 aspect ratio, where the Move, I think, is now more to 16:10 or even 3:2. We've been seeing that as well. Chicken tikka masala is delicious. It's one of my favorite. In fact, when I actually studied in London, London is another great town for Indian food as well, Pakistani food. I did go to a lot of Indian restaurants when I was in Turkish restaurants when I was in London. It was very, very good. All right. And the Chinese food was very good there too. Currently looking to buy an Asus ROG Flow X13. Have you reviewed it? No. I've asked Asus to send one over. I haven't gotten one yet. I've been itching to try it out, but no luck so far. No luck so far. Pho is great if you like Vietnamese food. There's some great places here in Las Vegas as well for pho. Is Microsoft the only one that does 3:2? No, HP's done 3:2. In fact, they did the HP Elite Folio with the Snapdragon processor, the HCX2 that I reviewed last year, and they are coming out with a new Dragonfly. That is going to be 3:2. We're going to talk about Gen 3 Dragonfly very soon. Super chat from Power Config. We got 20 rupees, and I appreciate that, my friend. I do appreciate all the support my viewers give me, and I really I couldn't do it without you. There's no question about that. Late to the party, but how? According to Meiruresh, how is the fan noise when under performance? So right now, I don't hear it hardly at all. In fact, it's not on right now. I did notice it when I was running the Geekbench a little bit and a little bit on that Cinebench R15 when I was running the test. It's almost finished downloading the R23. We're going to do that one next. But so far, pretty decent performance, I got to say, when it's plugged in. And again, full service USB-C. You can see it here. So one USB-C port. The rest are either full-size USB-A. It's got HDMI. I'm connected via HDMI right now. You can see it there. You can see it here. And again, very, very nice. A little bit more slack there. Another 40 rupees. All right. Again, power of config. Love from India. All right. Let's give it up for India. Really, really appreciate it. So let's take a look here. Let's got, what, 68 watching, 69. Only 58 likes. What's the deal, people? Hit that like button. Come on. Let's get this spread out over YouTube. Different camera angle here. All right, so let's see if this is finished downloading already. It's taking a little bit. There it is. Let's go to here. And let's unpack this one. Let's go there. We also mixed in a little bit talking about the Samsung release today. And here's the other thing. Why did they bother to have an embargo when all the reviewers who got it in advance did release their videos like 5 minutes after their keynote started? If they didn't want people to watch the keynote, I mean, I think everybody clicked off once MKBHD and all the others released their videos. It's kind of a joke with their embargo rules there. They really, and then again, trying to order has been really bad. We got another super chat. What? From Power of Config again. He's, I think, third super chat today. What's the deal? That's great. I appreciate that, my friend. All right. We're rolling in the rupees. Okay, let's do the CPU test. This is going to take a little bit of time. So while that's doing that, it takes about a good 10 minutes, this test. So while that's doing that, we can start looking at some of the comments and questions here. Let's see. Any other things that I might have missed? According to Sarthak, how are you, my friend? Thank you for covering this laptop. Really wanted a review, but couldn't find one. Yeah, nobody has one on this. I'm going to probably should be one of the first to have it. So I'm glad you're able to join us. We already saw Maruesh. All right. We already got that comment. We've got 60 of you watching. All right. We're running the Cinebench R23, the multi-core first, and then we'll do the single core. And then I think after that, we'll go from there. And I hear the fans kicking in. So for those wondering, under heavy load, it's starting to work a little bit, multi-core. I notice the fans are kicking in. Not overly loud, but they are noticeable. So pretty interesting. And what I can do, just want to change something here while we're doing that. Okay, while that's doing that. All right, figuring this, okay. So while this is running, we can start looking at, is there any other questions? Is the power button, let's put it on the screen here. Is the power button on the side? That's helpful when connected to an external monitor with the lid closed. Good question. And it is. It's on the side here. So if I go to this camera angle, you can see it here. Right there. Has the lights up with an LED light letting you know it's powered on. So there you go. All right, any other questions on this while this test is running? I hear the fans are on full load at this point. Not too bad, although they are noticeable. We could also take a look at the camera as well. Right now we're at a little bit more than an hour, more than I thought we were going to go. But let's finish this test. I want to get through this test so we can see how it all plays out. I don't know if I'm going to keep this listed. I might leave it up a little bit, this live stream, when we're done. Yes, it is the power button. It's located on the right side, as I showed. And yes, it is important to me as well. I like it on the side there. It's good. And let's see what else. Any other questions? Let me go look here to make sure the stream is looking okay. It looks okay from my end. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'm trying to get to 125,000 next month or so. So if you can hit that subscribe button, if you're not already done, I would appreciate that. Looks like everything is looking good on the live stream. Definitely hear those fans are kicking in right now. I don't want to show you the camera yet until this is finished, because this is going to take this is a pretty more intensive. I don't want to take any resources away. It might affect the score. So we'll take a look at the camera. And I think after we look at the camera, I don't know if we're going to open it up here on the live stream, but we might. I might see how we're going time-wise. Again, we're already over an hour. Don't know how much longer we're going to go. We'll see. We'll see. We've got 62 likes and 66 of you watching. All right. Any other questions? You could talk about anything. Again, the topic of the day, obviously, Samsung. What a debacle when it comes to that ordering process. I don't know if anybody, I know I asked it a little bit earlier, anybody had trouble ordering the S22 Plus, Ultra, whatever, or the Tab S8 Ultra. I mean, I had to order it from Best Buy. Couldn't get it from Samsung because the website was crapping out on everybody. So that was not good. And not a good ordering experience. And I think they really screwed the pooch on this one. So I'm not happy about that. All right, where are the speakers located? Well, according to the press material, they're supposed to be top firing. So my guess is we'll have to open it up to make sure that it's not downward firing. They are two 2-watt speakers, according to the press material. But there you go. I don't know how much sound we're going to get out of this. I didn't test the audio yet. We might have some time. Again, I'll talk about it in the first video of this. I might do 2 videos, or I might even do one, just one comprehensive video. We'll see how things go. But from what I understand, there's some pretty decent speakers on it. But again, I need to do my testing on it to tell you what I think about it, and then if we can go from there. According to David Allen, good to see you. Samsung, so much to say, not much of it good. Well, they didn't, look, whether they didn't know the demand was going to be this high or they just screwed up. I mean, how could they leave millions and millions and millions of dollars on the table because they couldn't take people's money? I was ready to give them more than $1,000 and they couldn't take my effing money, my fucking money. Samsung, take my fucking money. But they couldn't. And that money remained in my pocket, sort of, until Best Buy ships it, and then that comes out of my pocket. But the bottom line is, and all joking aside, I know we're cursing a little bit here in the After Dark show, but the bottom line is that they really could have handled this a lot better. I saw a lot of frustration on Twitter regarding the ordering process, and rightfully so. I think people had a right to be angry. You're here, you want to give Samsung your money, and they couldn't take it. So that tells you, that speaks volumes, right? So yes, I agree, David. Exactly. For a company of that size, it's almost unacceptable. It's mind-boggling, to be honest. How could they not handle that properly? Taking the people's money, that should be priority number one. That should be the one thing that doesn't fail, and it failed big time. Been lurking in the stream for a while. Good. I'm glad to see you, iFlix. Thank you for joining us tonight in this After Dark show. I started about an hour and 10 minutes ago. We've got 57 of you watching, 63 likes, so starting to get that like ratio up. That's good. We're doing the Cinebench R23 test on the brand new, or at least what I received today. I think I'm the only one who has it so far. I'm sure some others will get it. The Lenovo IdeaPad or Yoga Slim 7 Pro 16-inch with the Ryzen processor, the Ryzen 7 5800H, with the NVIDIA RTX 3050. Now, this is a 16-inch display with a 120 hertz refresh rate. It is a glossy display, and it is a touch display. We're going to talk more about it. It also has a claimed 500 nits. I can tell you right now, it is a very bright, it's a very bright display. I'm glad. AMD is great. Yes, I am great, and so is the company AMD. So, yes, we're all great. The Apple situation was similar after the Series 13 launch when the demand was higher than expectations. Here's the thing. How could they not know? How could they not know that well, it's not even that. Even if they knew or they didn't know, they should have the infrastructure in place in such a big company. They've done this so many times already that you're able to handle the volume, and they just couldn't handle it. It screwed everything up. Everything was screwed up. You could order everything you wanted. When it comes time to the checkout, nothing. It would take everything out, and there was nothing in your cart, and you're like, what the fuck is happening here? You know? And yes, just realized AMD. Yes, my initials, but I do review AMD products, and we have one right here. This is the Yoga or the IdeaPad, depending where you are, Slim 7 Pro. And you can see the keyboard here. It's a backlit keyboard. You can get a different angle here. Looking good, looking good. Now, I like the fact that it'll be black keys with the LED lights that light up white, so you'll be able to see it. But getting back to Samsung, you know, it's really amazing. Actually, it's really amazing to me how they could not take people's money. The one thing, you had one job, Samsung, and to take people's money, you couldn't do it. So that's a big fail in my book. Christine Roy pre-ordered the Samsung S10 when that came out, and it was a smooth process, as she recalls, and they gave her a bunch of trade-in and shipped on time. So there were bugs this year. Yeah, there were a lot of bugs this year. It was not smooth, anything but smooth. So, you know, there you go. Now, I don't know why picking a name is hard. Is asking, how do you think would the Samsung Tab S8 Plus compete with the Lenovo Yoga 9i? So that's a tablet versus a laptop, right? The Yoga 9i, which I'm going to be giving one away in conjunction with Lenovo, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you make sure you are. Make sure you follow me on my social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. I will have more information very soon, so you want to make sure you are following me on all the social media. I will be giving away a Yoga 9i from Lenovo, and this is not a joke. I'm trying to do it that it's international as well. Loving the arrow placement. All right, so these are the arrow placements. So if you're going to use to navigate, and so actually a pretty good placement. There is a numpad for those who like to crunch numbers. There is a numpad. You're going to like that. Okay. Super chat from iFlix, 99 cents. All right. I appreciate that, my friend, and I'm glad you're able to join us tonight. So we got our CPU multi-core score, and it's 11,230. I think that's a pretty decent number. I'd have to look at other ones to give you some context, but pretty good. Good question. The gap between tablets and PC is getting closer. I agree. So like I was trying to, before I got sidetracked, to tell you I'm giving away the 9i. That is a laptop, whereas the Tab series, the Galaxy Tab series, of course, are tablets, but the line is getting blurred. And I think when we're working from home now, you're going to start seeing more and more of those lines getting blurred between tablet, PC, phones, and so forth. We need good cameras. We need to be able to communicate virtually with everybody. And so the importance of the video quality, the importance of the audio is going to be paramount. And there we go. Got somebody, Himanshu from India. Oh, good, my friend. Good to see you. All right, let's start. I'm going to start the single core score. So we move this thing right along. So the single core test will take about 10 minutes as well. And while we're doing that, we can go to some more of your comments and questions as we are live testing here on my channel. And I'm glad you're going to sub. For those who are not subbed to my channel, you want to get in on this giveaway, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You're going to have to be subscribed to the channel. I am going to team up. I am teaming up with Lenovo to give away a Yoga 9i, which you know is a premium laptop, convertible laptop. So you don't want to miss it. You want your chance to win. You got to be in it to win it, as they say. So make sure you are following me on all the social medias and you are subscribed to the channel. Yes, I am doing that. I'm crazy enough to do that, but really not crazy because I was approached by Lenovo to do that. So that's an easy sell. It's an easy sell. I said, hell yeah. Love to give back to my audience, that's for sure. Let me take a drink here. So while I'm taking the drink, let's switch camera angle there. So, all right, I'm glad I did this live stream because I wasn't sure. You know, I was like, I'm going to unbox this thing, and then I'm saying, let's just go live. Let's just, F it, let's just do it. I want to ask, is the Yoga Slim 7 Pro Ryzen 5 5600H worth it than the IdeaPad Slim 5 Pro Ryzen 5800U? So the H series is going to be a better processor than the U series. You'll see a better performance out of that. And I think that one you're talking about, the Ryzen 5 5600H, but I think that one comes with a GTX 1650. I don't think it comes with the 3050. I think that's reserved for the 5800H, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So there you go. So whether it's better or not, I think you're going to be better with the H style processor. It's a better, and I think the fact of the matter is the U is good, but it's more of a mobile, ultra portable processor as well. All right, we got Dennis is for fun, who's already subbed to the channel. Again, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that. Again, I'm doing a special giveaway very soon. All right. And right now, the channel has, I'm closing in on 123,000 subscribers. So, you know, it's been a long journey, and I've been loving every minute of it. Every minute of it. All right. Let's see what other comments and questions we have while that single core score is working. Keep doing that. There we go. All right. Any other comments or questions while I am live testing here on this live stream? All right. I haven't put up the sub count in a while. Let's see. Forgot where I did it, the viewer count here. Not the sub count, the viewer count. Let's see if it comes on. There it is on the top upper left-hand corner. And it'll start to fill in how many people are on here. Just needs a refresh or something at some point. Sometimes I have to do it a couple of times. Let's see. Take it off, put it back on. There it goes. So it's a little bit of a glitch in that system. 64 of you watching. Abilash is asking, sir, does the Wi-Fi of the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 Pro so good? Yeah, I don't have any problems with that on the one I have. On either model, I reviewed both the AMD and the Intel, and I thought it was pretty good. This one, by the way, has Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1, for those wondering. I don't know if it's soldered in. I still have to open it up. I just unboxed it live here tonight. So there we have that. Let's go to any other questions. Keep the questions coming, people. Super chat, super stickers are open. Let's get some memberships going here. That's been a growing part of the channel, helping support. No problem, my friend. Thank you for coming by and stopping by today. All right. Dennis is for fun. Would you recommend a Ryzen 7 5800HS laptop with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 1650 for productivity and general browsing, streaming from YouTube? Oh, absolutely. That's a good chipset. We know what the Ryzen 5800HS is. GTX 1650 is a pretty nice, capable mid-tier GPU. Yeah, definitely for those kind of things, perfectly fine. I'm glad you like the reviews, Abhilash. I'm glad to hear it because, you know, when you're going through these slow periods, the channel lasts for any time after CES. Wow, what a real, you know, slowdown on the channel because we're in between releases. We're waiting for the 12th gen processors from Intel, waiting from the AMD Ryzen processors, the 6000 series. We're sort of in this holding pattern. I'm starting to see laptops that were supposed to be released last year starting to filter in right now. So we're behind because of the pandemic. Not as much interest as a result, I think. But nonetheless, I have a nice hardcore viewership, and I'm glad you're all able to stop by, whether it be on the videos or the live streams. I'm glad you are able to come by. My favorite Lenovo product, well, I'm a big fan of the ThinkPads. One of my favorite is the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 9. I got a chance to play with Gen 10 when I went to the briefing in New York. Looking good, so I'm going to have more to say on that soon. When when you get the Samsung tablet, can you show it as a second display with the Windows laptop? Absolutely. They were touting that as a feature. That looks like something that would be a cool feature. I agree, Christine. I will be showing that. It'll be very good. Is this a convertible laptop? No. It is a clamshell, despite the fact that it is known as a Yoga outside North America, and it's known as an IdeaPad. It goes far back as you see here. Pretty sturdy, stiff hinge, by the way. Not too much screen wobble. A little bit, but not bad at all. But you can see there. I must have hit the wrong button there. But anyway, so far that's doing the single course test. Believe it or not, I bought a Chromebook in December, never had one. They are good everyday devices that often get overlooked. You know, I like Chromebooks, and I've reviewed my share of them over the years. But for some reason on my channel, anytime I do a Chromebook, nobody watches. They just, it's amazing. Like, even if they are good specs or even some more of the higher end Chromebooks, I don't understand that people don't watch them. But then I look at other channels, they get like 100,000 views. So it's just a matter of who my audience is. I could do more. I've got more Chromebooks I didn't get to here, but I just haven't been rushing to do them because I don't think that there's a lot of demand on my channel for it. Love the ThinkPad, according to David Allen. Took a tour of the factory many years ago. It's amazing how they quality control those things. I really am a big fan of them, as you know. Over the years, reviewed many in the ThinkPad line, as you know. Got a lot coming, so stay tuned. Again, if you're not subscribed, I am going to be teaming up with Lenovo to do a giveaway of a Lenovo Yoga 9i. Yes. That is coming. I'll have more details. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I didn't know that AMD 6000 will be released soon. Perhaps I should wait a bit. So I don't have any information on release, but we know they were announced back at CES. And then I think they did more announcements since then. But we haven't had any released yet. But they're coming. But I don't know when. And my philosophy has always been, if you need it now, get it now. If you have a job to do and you need to have the tool to do it, get it now. But if you want to wait, of course, you can always wait. And there's always going to be something that's going to be better, that's coming, always the latest and greatest. And once you buy it, it is already outdated, almost like buying a car. Once you buy a car, you drive it off the lot, it depreciates in value. Same thing with the laptop, same thing with tech. Maybe even more so. All right, we got 76 of you. I want to get to 100 watchers. Can we get to 100 people all at once here so we can really round out this live stream? Good comment. Interested to see what all the AMD G14 turns out to be. I agree. I know the the Zephyrus G14 is one that I'm, looking forward to checking out. Hopefully they'll send me one. We'll see. And okay, now, we're almost done, I think, with that Cinebench. Let's see where we are. We had an 11,230 score for the multi-core, and then the single core is still working as we are talking here on the live stream. It is February 9th, at least for me, still February 9th, 2022, 7:54 p.m. Pacific time. That's still going, of course. I can put myself down here. We have, let's see, 71 of you watching, 75 likes. So hit that like button, people. Let's get this spread out over YouTube. While that's doing that, let's take some more of your comments and questions. It's a little bit long today, almost an hour and a half. But again, we're doing live testing. We did the unboxing. I will have a video in the next day or so on this laptop. Again, those just joining us late, the IdeaPad Slim 7 Pro 16-inch, otherwise known as the Yoga Slim 7 Pro. Very, very good stuff. Keep doing that. Okay, there we go. Good YouTuber, according to Usman. Not sure if he acted on my request of reviewing the Lenovo Yoga 16, but he is very dedicated towards innovation. Thanks. The Yoga 16, which one are you talking about? The Yoga 16. Is there a 16-inch version? I get so many things coming in. Specify. Are you talking about the 9i 16-inch? Maybe there's one coming. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm not following you on Twitter, but what's your handle? Very simply, @AndrewMarkDavid. AMD obviously Andrew Mark David. That's Andrew, Andrew, Marc David. It's my name. Can't miss it. Just do a search or just go over to my channel. You'll see all the handle stuff there. Or just do a search in Google. You'll find me as well. All right. And then if it's the same thing, it's Andrew Mark David on Instagram. Facebook, I don't care about. I have it, but, you know, I'm not a big fan of Facebook, to be honest. But, yeah, you want to follow me on the social media because I tweet there a lot. While I'm in New York next week at the press briefing, I will do some tweeting out of some stuff. I don't know what I could talk about just yet, but I have some more briefing ahead of MWC, or Mobile World Congress. So I am going to New York to check out some new stuff. I'm not going to Barcelona, but this is a press briefing for MWC for a specific OEM. So I will let you know once I can talk more about it soon. So Moda saying, after seeing many reviews of laptops, it always gets compared to the power of the M1 Max when I embrace, but can the Windows laptop actually be better in other aspects? I've talked extensively, Mode, on this issue over the past year or so, and I've talked on live streams and videos. It's great what Apple's done with their silicon. It's been great. But there are things that you can't do on a Mac that you can do on a Windows laptop. Give you some examples. Gaming. If you are a gamer or occasionally game or more than occasionally game, don't go with the Mac. You're going to be severely disappointed or sorely disappointed because you can't really game on there. You want to be on a Windows machine, either PC, desktop, or on a laptop that's a gaming laptop. And then the other thing is upgradability. The Macs can't be upgraded, but a lot of these Windows laptops can. Some of them can upgrade the RAM. Some of them can upgrade the SSD. You know, most of them can upgrade the SSD. So there's a lot of more upgradability. And then the other thing is, do you need a pen and a touch support? You can't get that on the Mac. So there's a lot of things that the Windows laptops offer that you just can't get on the Mac. And I think that needs to be addressed, and I think it needs to be talked about more. Evan Spivak says, I subscribe to your channel and have been watching since I reviewed the XPS 9510. That's the Dell XPS 15 9510 in September. After watching your review, I bought one. It's a great laptop. It's my daily driver. I use that. I have the one in white with the Core i9 and, of course, with that OLED, 3.5K OLED display. I absolutely love it. One of my favorites. Jedediah says, M1 seems nice for better battery life, but honestly, it's a different OS, so it's hard to say. And then that's the other thing is some people prefer Windows. They don't want to be a Mac in Mac OS and so forth. So it's just a matter of personal preference. Time to get ready for work. Wishing you a great evening. Thank you for stopping by. Dennis is for fun. I appreciate it. And I see you next time, my friend. All right. Now, Mac OS is nicer, though, looking. It's just a matter of personal preference. Some people like the new aesthetics of Windows 11. So it's just a matter of what you like. I'm platform agnostic. I like both, so it doesn't really sway me one way or the other. I use what is the right tool at the right moment. All right. So I like doing it at this time as far as some live streams, these after dark, because I get everybody from India. I get a lot of people in the East, Far East, and so forth. So I'm glad I'm able to do that. Some of my other live streams are not as conducive for that time frame, so I'm glad we are able to have some stuff here. So that's still running. Boy, that's taking a long time, huh? That's why I hate doing the Cinebench R23. It just takes a long time. All right, it's almost done, though. Sir, add your face in thumbnails like Mr. Who's the Boss and make your thumbnails more attractive. The quality of the video is amazing. Your channel will grow rapidly. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm undergoing a lot of changes. We're going to see some stuff. I'm upgrading my logo. I'm upgrading my thumbnails and so forth. So you will be seeing a lot of new stuff very soon. It's time to go to the next level. I agree, and I appreciate that, Abalash. All right. Anything else? Let's see. Let's go back to David Allen. I go back and forth. I used to be all Mac ecosystem. Man, it was expensive. Yeah. That's the other thing. Mac, you are paying a premium, although we are paying a premium on these Dells and a lot of these other laptops as of late. The prices have certainly gone through the roof. But yes, being in the Apple ecosystem is very, very expensive. between the iPhone, the Apple Watch, the iPad, I don't know what else is there, the Apple TV, then they get you with the MacBook, with the M1 Pro, the M1 Max, and then you just really rack up the money, the debt for a lot of people. So yes, very expensive products, that's for sure. No problem, Mark, keep it up. Yes, and coming up, let me give you one right here.
Coming up.
Let me do one more.
Coming up.
I hope I hit the right button. But anyway, I don't have headphones on, so I don't know what's going to come up. But it should be my coming up, right? Okay. So that one is still working. Wow. All right. So we may not make it to the end of this Cinebench R23 because I'm getting a little bit tired. I got a lot of work to do tonight to get that video out. I don't know if it's going to be out tomorrow. Probably, realistically, probably Friday or Saturday, and then we'll go from there. I am going to New York next week. Apple makes me want to meditate, according to Isaac Lopez. Yeah. It makes me want to do other things, not meditate. So there you go. All right. We're an hour and a half. Let's see what else. So my overall takeaway before we call it a night here is very impressive. I like the display. I like the processing power so far. It's looking good. I like the fact that it has the RTX 3050. I like the port selection, full service USB-C on the left here. I think it's USB-C 3.2. And I think I'm really liking the overall layout. The touchpad's looking good. I haven't really tested the audio, but I'll talk about that in the upcoming video. So looking good so far. Nice all-metal design here. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. You can see the Lenovo branding. Now, if you get the Yoga, I think it has Yoga branding. Again, depending if you're outside North America, I think that's where you're going. My contact over at Lenovo said this is going to be about $1,248. When I do get some information, it'll be listed in the link below. It'll be in the video upcoming as well. And that's about it. So I'm not going to wait for this to be done. I don't know if this next cycle here, let's take a look at it. Let's see here. Can you elaborate on more experience with the XPS 9510? I'm really wanting to pull the trigger on it, but I've heard so many quality control horror stories about the 15. Can it handle video editing? It certainly can handle video editing. I know about the trackpad issues we had a couple of years ago. I had no issue with my 9510. I can tell you that right off the bat. I ordered it. I spent my own money. I spent over $3,000 on it. Core i9, 11900H. It also has the RTX 3050, I think, Ti, right? Or I think that one has it. And then I haven't had any issues. The quality control to me has been excellent. But again, I've heard horror stories. I avoid Reddit at all costs because it's toxic over there against me for some reason. And we got a score here. But yes, the XPS 159510, I have not had any quality control issues. I bought a retail unit, so I can tell you that right off the bat. Now, if we go here, we can do a screenshot so I can preserve this. 1,379 for the single core, 11,230 for the multi-core. And again, I had stuff working in the background, so take that with a grain of salt. But it gives you an idea of where we are on this laptop. And there you go. So I don't know how much more we're going to go right now. It's already an hour and 34 minutes. I've got 60 of you watching. Any other questions or comments while we're here? I don't know when I'm going to do my next live stream. I got a lot of videos to catch up on, so I want to get those videos out. I did release the LG Gram 17. Not too many people watched it. Not surprising, not because it's not a really nice, great device. It is. I gave it an excellent score, but because it was released last year. They finally got it to me. But it did well out of the bat, and then for some reason the algorithm just sort of gave up on it, I guess. Yes, I agree. The Reddit is the definition of toxicity. Remember Windows Hello. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I wanted to do the camera. So let's take a look at the camera, and that's a good segue. So let me load up the camera app. Now this is a 720p camera. And let's switch over to this. This is it right here, people. 720p. Let me go here to the settings. 720p, 30 frames per second. Not bad. Let me make sure. I always have to clean the hold on. I'm just cleaning the lens to make sure it's clean because it does make a difference. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty typical of the 720p's we've been seeing. Now, we've been seeing 1080p. We saw on that Spectre X360. I thought it was excellent. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let me know what you think about it. Now, it is a Windows Hello. Armstrong Tech is here. All right. I would love if you did phone videos too. I do. Nobody watches them anymore. So I might do the S22 Ultra. We'll see. But again, they dropped all their videos day of release within 5 minutes of the keynote. So, tell you if that's what it is. I mean, all right. So on the right of me, of course, is this camera. So it is good. I like it. There is a shutter switch, I believe, somewhere on here. Maybe there's no shutter switch on the key on there, but there might be one on the keyboard. I don't know. I don't see it. So that might be one thing that is missing is a shutter switch. But again, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I like to do phone reviews, but there we go. I use Reddit, according to Christine, for Linux tech support. There are small communities of people just helping each other out, and the Pixel 4a subreddit is good. Yeah, certain subreddits are good. Certain other ones are more toxic than others, that's for sure. But yeah, there is a definite use. I try not to go too much to Reddit because of I get sucked into that vortex. Yes, all the big tech kiss-ass tech people, I like you way better. I appreciate that, Armstrong Tech. So they all got their pre-release versions about at least a week or two ago, the MKBHD and so forth. And so, they're going to get it, and there you go. Andrew, your perspective, no matter how many times is done, phone review. Yeah, I agree. So I appreciate that, Tech for Your Needs. I do the best I can. I started off doing mostly phone reviews. I don't know if you remember. For those who were with me from the early days, I would bring in those Chinese imports. I used to do those tablets, those phones. And then I moved towards laptops over the last few years. Welcome to So Unfair to Small Tech Channels. Yeah, and I can see how really it would be for somebody. I mean, I have 122,000. I'm still pretty small, I would imagine, in the grand scheme of things, although it is bigger than some or other channels. But it doesn't matter the amount of subscribers you have, because the way the algorithm is set up, it has to be a relative topic. It has to be a current topic, or it has to be something that resonates with your regular viewers. So if you try to do something that is outside your lane, then they're not going to put it in front of as many people, and that's been the problem. But I stick to what I do best, and I'll start to do a little bit more phone stuff. I have a second channel that I've been trying to think of what to do with, so I can maybe do stuff there. And there you go. Now, I could test mics, like my mic over here, or we could do stuff like that, maybe behind-the-scenes stuff, like I did this unboxing tonight, a little bit behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to when the LG Gram goes OLED. Yeah, that was one of the things in my cons, although I love the display on that LG Gram 17. But it would have been nice to have an OLED option, although that IPS display, that was really nice. It was, I think, a QHD Plus or a 2.5K display, 16:10 aspect ratio, 17-inch display. It was excellent. You can see Max behind me, the dog. He's sort of there, and he's just hanging out in the corner there. So, yeah, we can start doing. So the camera's not too bad on this. It was a gray laptop review. Looking forward to, yeah, I had the gray. That was the one that that LG sent me on that one. So if those of you who didn't see that video, check it out. It's over my channel. It was the last video I did, recorded video. And That was a 17-inch laptop. It came out last year, so a lot of the other reviewers already did it. So I didn't expect a lot of views, although out of the gate it did well. It just sort of died out after about a few days or so, and that was that. All right, my XPS 15 hasn't had any quality control issues, but mine is similar to Mark's or me, but mine is black. It would play games on medium settings, but it's not a gaming computer. It is not. I generally use it for work and photos. And that is a very good comment, Evan. You're right. People think that just because it has an RTX 3050 Ti or whatever it has, you're going to game on it. It really isn't a gaming laptop. It's more for creators to do photo editing, video editing, color grading, especially for color grading, especially with that 3.5K OLED display. That was been pretty good. So I think that's where the focus is. You can play the occasional game on certain settings. There's absolutely no problem with that, but it's not a gaming laptop. Let's be clear. Let's see. Is that the last comment before we call it a night? I think it might be. So let's hit the music and let's call it a live stream, my people, my friends. Thank you for stopping by, and I want to thank everybody, the moderators, for doing a great job, although I don't really have too many moderators today, but nonetheless, you did a great job, very orderly in the chat. Couldn't ask for a better crowd, definitely, with this After Dark show, and I look forward to bringing you more videos. I'll have a video on this Lenovo Slim 7 Pro 16 in the next day or so, so bear with me as I get it together, and I will see everybody in the next video. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening or a great rest of your day, whichever it is. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.